Hello YouTube, it's Carrie here, and this is Proof Weight Loss Surgery Works, and I am your Saturday vlogger. The topic this week is coping mechanisms. Do you still cope with food? What alternate methods have you found, use, and work? I don't cope with food anymore. I definitely used to. I was a binge eater. I used to order massive amounts of takeout when I was feeling upset and stressed and didn't want to think about the things in life that made me upset. I don't do that anymore. And I did post-surgically, yes. There's definitely a reason why I had 100 pounds of regain. And I do think that stress eating and that kind of thing was part of it, particularly when I was going through my divorce. Since coming back from that regain, everything's sort of changed now. Everything about my diet has changed. The way that I think about food has changed. And I don't use food as a coping mechanism anymore. I think I've seen a lot of that this week, particularly with what's going on in the world right now, that people are upset, and a lot of my weight loss surgery friends who are also struggling with regain, we're admitting to using food as a coping mechanism and stress eating. I don't really do that anymore. It's funny because I don't really think about it at all like that anymore. I think that all the work that I've done to change my habits and rework my diet in the year and a half since really focusing on it and coming back from that massive regain, it's really made a major difference in the way that I consistently think about food and the way that the place food has in my life has changed. And it's not that, I think of it much more functionally now. And it's definitely not that I don't like delicious food. I'm in a culinary program for a reason, and I love food, and I love delicious food. But as far as what I make my food from, I think about that differently now, and I look for nutrient-dense ingredients, and I really, really try to stick to my protein and produce and make wise choices every day consistently. And I've done that now for, well over a year and a half. Well, at least a year and a half. And in doing so, I've changed the framework with which my mind goes to food. So when I get stressed out, I don't really think about that anymore. Because the place food has in my life is different. It's much more functional. I realize that everything that I eat is building my body, and I want to be kind to myself. So if I want to be kind to myself, I eat well on a consistent basis. When you use food to cope, you're generally not making wise choices. You're picking things that are going to give you that little crack reaction in your brain, right? So fat, sugar, and carbohydrates, refined carbohydrates, that gives you that zing right away, right? So like think about that greasy, sugary donut. It's not going to stay that way. And the overall effect that it will have on your body is negative. So although it's a quick fix temporarily to make yourself feel a little bit better, if you're doing that, like long term, it's not going to, even short term, it's not going to really rectify a situation. It's not going to help you really cope. And on top of that, it's going to have a negative reaction in your body, whether it be from weight gain, whether it be from insulin cycling in your body, or like the sugar spikes and drops. And that affects your mood as well, for sure. When you eat healthy food consistently, one thing that I found that was really, really unexpected in this past year and a half of nutritional discovery is that when I eat really, really well, highly nutrient-dense foods on a consistent basis, I don't really get those unmanageable feelings quite as much. Do I become passionate about things? Yes, of course I do. I have strong feelings about things. But I don't feel as emotionally vulnerable and reactive. And that's been really a surprising and very, very positive discovery. I think that when you eat well the way a human animal should, everything just regulates itself, including your brain. I mean, your brain is part of your body function, obviously, right? You wouldn't be around without it. And your emotional state and the way that you deal with things in life is very much tied into that. So if you're doing things to keep your body healthy, your brain is going to be more healthy too, and your psychology will be more healthy, right? You're not going to be as temperamental about things because everything in the way that your mind functions will be working better. Yeah, which was quite surprising. So what do I do instead if I'm feeling stressed out? Well, if I'm feeling upset, I find love where love actually exists, and that's in people, in my dog, in the world. Going out and taking a walk and looking at something beautiful in nature does a hell of a lot to make you appreciate all the good things that are going well in your life, right? And focus less on the negative. Because really, if you're coping, one of the things that you want to do is sort of break that cycle of negative thought. And a great way to do that is to inject love into the mix. Have a great call with a friend of yours. Go visit somebody you haven't seen in a while. Talk to your friends and family. Hug your dog. Hug your dog. Oh my God, that's the best. When I'm feeling like or stressed out or something, and I pick up my dog and I give him a big hug, and he starts this little purring and snoring, and that makes me feel a lot better than a slice of pie. I'll tell you that much. And definitely like getting outside and really like thinking about things and appreciating what you have and the good things in life. Even if everything is going shitty, there are still things that you can appreciate. You can go outside and take a deep breath of air in a beautiful forest and just smell life, and that's going to do a lot more to help you cope in a positive way than getting some greasy takeout. It goes to thinking more about the ways in which we take care of ourselves and if it makes sense or not. Yeah. All right. Well, that's it for me for this weekend. I hope everybody's having a great week, and see you later. Oh, I have one more little tidbit to share. So as some of you may know, I'm trying to come back from like pretty much like 100 pounds of regain, over 100 pounds of regain. And I've been quite successful at doing so. The last 15 pounds have been super, super slow. And I decided to really, really buckle down and work on the one place where I was still needing a bit of help, which was on nighttime munching while I was like watching TV. I'll like go upstairs and grab some nuts, and I'm not hungry while I'm doing it. So I've been working this week on rectifying that situation, and it worked. Woke up this morning to a 4-pound weight loss, so I am right in the middle of the 150s now. I've got just over 10 pounds to go to goal. I'm so excited. And even got to try on some of my older clothes that I didn't fit into before, just even like a month ago. This morning, I fit into my cute black miniskirt, and I love it. I'm so excited. When the consistency and the work on and the focus pays off, it feels good. It feels good. So, yay! Anyhow, see you later. Bye.